Charlie Fox Whiskey, Tartar, your altitude?
Passing clock 1200. I think she's saying you're a dog. Your climb performance. She's saying there, what altitude are you at? You're still on coming up on my radar.
Welcome back everyone to my IFR training series. In the first two videos I covered some of the initial training on intercepts and holds. One of the parts of IFR training that I've enjoyed the most though is planning for and executing approaches. There's something really satisfying about the approach process, especially when you get to do it in real IMC, which I was lucky enough to do several times during training. Today I'll walk through an approach briefing and flying an approach into runway 27 at the Peterborough Airport, Charlie Yankee Papa, Quebec. Before we jump in though, I just want to apologize for the sound of the cockpit chatter. I was having issues with my recorder most of the summer, and it's really brash and noisy. Enough chatter though, let's get to the first plate. This is for the RNAV into runway 27, which is an LNAV approach. Hope you enjoy it.
I would get the Peterborough frequency tuned on the standby radio.
Yeah.
You can transmit on this one, right?
Yep.
So let's set up Peterborough there, and that way we can listen and see what's going on in Peterborough.
Okay, so it is 1230. Okay. Start listening to that. And brief the plate.
Yeah, let's get the briefing done, and then, like I say, we'll plan one lap around the hold, and then we'll be doing the approach, so no need to call Peterborough yet.
Okay. Alright, so this is the RNAV approach on runway 27 at Peterborough. Safe altitude is 4,900 feet. The MSAs are 2,900 all around. We're going to enter at IGSOG, and then we will descend to, I think 2,200 should be okay. So then we'll begin to descend to 2,200 on a heading of 358. When we reach Berlin, we will turn left, heading 268, and maintain 2,200, and 4.8 miles from the threshold we should intercept the glide slope, and we'll follow the glide slope down. It is an LNAV, so minimum descent altitude is 1,140, which is 515 above touchdown zone. Level off at that point, and then by the time we reach front runway threshold, if we haven't seen the runway, then we go around. The next approach procedure is climb to 2,900 feet on track 268 to Edmund.
And I would expect he'll amend that when we get our approach clearance. He'll tell us exactly what he wants us to do, because it's a training flight.
Okay.
But normally you're not planning on going missed approach, right?
Right.
So you'll just brief it exactly like it is, but
okay.
You watch, he'll change it on us.
So what do you mean no changes? Like, what do you do?
Because he knows we're going back to Oshawa, so he'll probably say climb 4,000 and on the missed approach, clear direct to Oshawa or something like that.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't be surprised if he does something.
Okay.
Cool. That's it. So I'll give you the approach clearance, and then you can read it back to me, so we'll fax that. So, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey via IGSOG, you are cleared the RNAV runway 27 approach from Peterborough.
Runway 27 approach via IGSOG into Peterborough, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Roger, and the minute missed approach, call me back on this frequency, fly the published missed approach.
On missed approach, call you back this frequency, fly published missed approach, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Perfect.
We can go 2,200 though, right?
No, you can't. No? What altitude can you go to right now? Look at your plate.
Oh, right, 2,900. Yeah, it's only after we get to IGSOG that we're allowed to drop to 2,200.
Yep. Yeah, I would go to a height where you go right in the clouds for the practice.
Okay.
There you go. So course 357. Lug 357 in 4, 2, 3, 2, 1. That's right. You're cutting the corner a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Close enough. So then I'd go to my altitude alerter. I'd put my next altitude in, 2,200, and that's what you want to use.
Yeah.
And then just descend when ready.
Okay.
And of course, between every turn, cross-check the track. Remember we said we were going to have that wind, which it looks like, yeah, we do have the wind, right?
Yeah.
So you need to twist another 20 degrees left.
37.
And then descend to 22, or the level that these clouds, and you can kind of get a little bit of real IFR, kind of. Yeah, Peterborough is great in the mornings. Like if we keep going this time of day once a week, there's a good chance we'll get to do some nice, easy IFR.
Okay.
It always sucks in Peterborough. I used to work out here at the airport, and every morning it would be overcast and low cloud. Terrible to work at. Make the call on the mandatory, and you're going to say that you're commencing the RNAV runway 27 approach by Exxon.
Peterborough traffic, Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 10 miles east of the field, commencing RNAV approach for runway 27 via Exxon. Anticipate the field in 6 minutes.
Good. So, flight plan, and there's we can change this. Instead of distance, we could change the fields to, or this one I would normally change. Here's your ETA. So that's the ETA, and if you don't like ETA, you can put it ET. I like ETE because it's easier maybe, right? So you just hit flight plan, boom. Okay. Yeah. So you will see now, because we're coming in at 90 degrees, that these two numbers will look about the same when it tells you to turn. So it'll be course, wait till it says now, and then you turn. Okay. There you go. 267.
267.
So at 25, 2400, what's the top of our descent looking at the CDH table?
Top of descent is 2200 at 4.8 miles.
And we're going to be at 25 because we want to ride the clouds for a bit, so that's going to be, about
6 miles.
6 miles or so, right?
6 miles, yeah.
Cool. So as I turn the final approach, and I get to the heading, cross-check the track, and make the correction. So it's another 10 degrees left.
Another 10 degrees.
Perfect. Next thing on my checklist, if I was doing a checklist, would be confirm you've got LPV or LNAV plus V. We've got LNAV plus V, which means that glide slope on the left is usable.
Right.
My glide slope check is going to be what altitude over VIGZAG?
Glide slope check over VIGZAG is 2,000 feet.
Perfect. Cross-check the track, make another 3-degree correction, right? And remember, in the descent, the numbers are going to change, right? Because the wind's going to change. The winds will back and decrease.
Right.
Nice. So 100 knots, that's going to be how many feet per minute?
500 feet per minute.
Good. So when you're ready, do the pre-landing check, as much of it as you could do, if there's anything to do. I don't know where you are at with that. And then take over radio control.
Oh, problems. Fuel is still good. After the mist, we'll think about changing it. DG to compass is good. Maybe a touch.
I like GUMPS post-FAF myself.
So what's that?
The GUMPS check, I do that post-FAF. So after we're in the descent, that's when that'll happen.
Okay.
We'll recheck ground speed and adjust the rate of descent when the glide slope centers to maintain it all the way down.
Alright, so we're at 1 dot, so I'll drop the here.
And just be careful, you don't want to overspeed your flaps.
Oh yeah.
You have to reduce a little power first, that'll help get you in the flap range.
Alright.
Alright, it's centered now. Looks like 450 feet per minute. And your call will be VIGZAG final. That's a 4-mile final according to the plate.
Okay.
And then post-FAF, we'll do the GUPS check.
Alright. Ground speeds dropped quite a bit, so probably don't want 500 anymore.
Nope.
85.
And you'll find that as you get lower, you get shallower.
Yeah.
And we make sure we call 100 feet, 2 minimums, and then minimums.
Okay.
And in this case, we'll be doing the missed approach. So you're going to say...
And minimums 1140.
Minimums, and then going around or missed approach.
Okay.
Yeah, 1140, you got it.
Feet, 100 feet to minimums.
Check.
Minimums. runway inside going missed.
Excellent. Hold on just a second. I have control.
Just go on.
So at this point, with the if you had the runway in sight, you'd put in all of the flaps for the approach if the winds were appropriate, and then you'd adjust the descent rate to stay on the glide slope. Okay. But what they don't want to see is like a chop and drop. Just keep on the stabilized approach, and make sure you put in landing flap.
Okay.
And that would be the way you'd take it all the way down.
All right.
All right. When you're ready, you can take control.
I have control.
See, the GPS is still taking you to the runway, but after we cross the threshold, it's going to say suspend above OBS.
Okay. Suspend. So it's suspend.
Perfect. And now it's taking you to Edmund. And it is a track that you fly. The track is 268 or 267, whatever. It's because of the variation. The variation changes, right? So the two numbers will always look within a degree or so.
Right.
And then it's 2,900 feet. And then the last part would be the communicate part, so you just tell Peterborough you're in the missed approach, the published missed approach.
Alright. Peterborough traffic, Beachfront Fogo traffic, Foxtrot Whiskey on published missed approach runway 27. Peterborough traffic.
Don't forget your after takeoff checks.
After takeoff checks.
Is there something hanging down in the wind that you probably don't want?
Thank you.
Yeah, we often forget that really a missed approach is just a normal takeoff and climb out, so usually there's flaps or there's gear, there's something hanging out. Landing light might still be on, there's different items to clean up.
This was my first time flying an approach in real IMC, and it was pretty cool. We did a couple holds on the way back to the Oshawa airport, and then flew a simulated RNAV approach into runway 30 there to a full stop landing. In the next video, I'll share a go-around that we had to do for real when we ran into deteriorating weather on the way back into Oshawa. We flew the approach down to minimums and still couldn't see the field, so we pulled up and went around. Luckily, the clouds were really localized, and we were able to do an approach into a different runway at Oshawa and land. That was a really useful experience that taught me a lot about flying in IMC, and I hope you'll join me for that one. Thanks for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, fly safe.